Hockey TikToky is back with an all new video. In today's episode, I'm going to be doing part 4 of a brand new video series where I'm discussing and figuring out what's the best name in hockey right now. So in episode 1, I created an imaginary team of Connors. So that would be like if every guy on the team had Connor in his name. 2, we did Johns, John or Jonathan or Johnny's. And then in episode 3, we did Matt's, Matty's or Matthews or Matt Vase. And today's episode, we're going to be doing Team Alex, Alex's. So these are Team Alexander. Alexander is the name of this team. So Team Alex has 4 forward lines, 3 defensive pairings, and then a couple of options in goal. I'm going to go over my fantasy roster. We're going to see how they stack up against the other teams that I've already created. So on line 1 for Team Alex, we have centering this line from the Florida Panthers, Alex Barkov. So Barkov is one of the most underrated centers in the entire league. He's a huge factor in Florida's Stanley Cup win last year, and probably one of the best two-way forwards in the entire league. He's probably going to be in the Selke voting for the next foreseeable future. So that's why we have Alexander Barkov centering that line, along with 2 of the top scorers in the entire league. On his right, we have Alexander Ovechkin, probably the greatest goal scorer of our generation, and perhaps the greatest goal scorer of all time, Alex Ovechkin, chasing Wayne Gretzky's record for most goals in the NHL. So we got Ovechkin on the right. On the left, we have another 40 goal scorer in Alex DeBrincat of the Detroit Red Wings. So DeBrincat's been pretty underrated the last few years, in my opinion. He's got a ton of potential, and I think playing with 2 guys like Barkov and Ovechkin would really be a great spot for DeBrincat up on line 1. Line 2, I went with Alexander Wennberg centering the line. There were so many options actually for Team Alex to have as their centers. Just as I did with Team Matt yesterday, I had to leave a few guys off the list that, perhaps probably could have made this team. But in this iteration of this team, I decided to go with Alex Wennberg at center, along with Alexis Lafreniere of New York Rangers on his left wing, and Alex Tuch on his right wing. So I think that a line of Lafreniere, Wennberg, and Tuch, if that was a real NHL roster, if that was a real line, that would be good enough to be a line 1 on most teams, I think. So I have them playing line 2 for Team Alex, and I think they stack up quite well compared to some of these other fantasy rosters that I made. In fact, I think Alex might be the most powerful name in all of hockey after looking at this. So let's get on to line 3. So on line 3, I have Alex Killorn, Alex Kerfoot, and Alex Laferriere. So these guys are not crazy goal scorers or point getters or anything like that, but I think all 3 of these players, Killorn, Kerfoot, and Laferriere, they can all impact the game by being able to be responsible defensively, and then yet still be able to score if need be, if for some reason DeBrincat and Ovechkin and Tuch couldn't get goals for this team. So that's line 3, Killorn, Kerfoot, and Laferriere. On line 4, we have a bit of a younger lineup with the center being Alex Newhook. The right wing playing on this line would be Alexander Holtz. And on left wing, we're going to have Alex Iafallo. So again, 3 really, really strong options for that line 4. And I think there's solid depth throughout the entire lineup, right from the top, right down to the bottom. You know, we don't have any sort of weak links in all of Team Alex. You know, comparatively to some of these other rosters that I've made so far. So those are the forward lines. Next, we have our 3 defensive pairings. And defensive pairing 1 is probably, in my opinion, the strongest D pairing out of all of these fantasy teams that we've created so far. We're going to have on the left pairing defense, Alec. So he's not an Alex, he's not Alec. I'm going to count him because his name is still Al. Martinez. Alec Martinez playing on a pair with Alex Pietrangelo. So Pietrangelo and Martinez, I think they both played together actually at one point for Vegas back when they actually won the Cup. I correct me if I'm wrong on that one, but I think that's probably the strongest actual 2-man pair of defensemen in the entire video series so far. So we have Martinez on a pair with Pietrangelo. On second defensive pairing, I have from the New York Islanders, Alexander Romanov on a pair with Alexandre Carrier. So Romanov and Carrier are very, very good shutdown defensemen. They're not really like offensively minded at all, but they will stop the puck from getting in down into their end, and they will kind of halt play. 2 big guys there. So that's Romanov and Carrier on defensive pairing 2. And then we get to the defensive pairing 3 for Team Alex, and this is where we start running into a little bit of depth issues. So on the left side, I have Alex Vlasic of the Chicago Blackhawks, young defenseman. You know, he'll probably develop into a great player down the road right now, but right now I have him down on pair 3, and his D partner is someone who I don't even think is currently playing in the NHL, but has had a little cup of coffee in the Washington Capitals organization in the past. His name is Alex Alexeyev. So he gets double points for being a double Alex. Alex Alexeyev. I think I'm saying that right. Alex Alexeyev. So those are the defensive pairings. We got Martinez and Pietrangelo, Romanov and Carrier, Vlasic and Alexeyev as the 3 defensive pairings. Now on to the goalies. So for the goaltenders, we have 3 options here as well. Alex Lyon, you know, he could be the starter, or we could have Alexander Georgiev of the Avalanche. So Lyon, I think, was a backup for most of his career so far, but he performed really well last year to the point of almost taking a starting job. And I think he has the talent to be a starter at this point. And then Georgiev, on the other hand, you know, he has been a starter for the Avalanche before, but I think he's struggling quite a bit to start this season so far. So either one of those guys would be solid options as first string or second string goalie. And then in case of emergency, I have one more goaltender option for Team Alex, and that is Alex Nedeljkovic. I think, I'm not too sure what happened to this guy, Nedeljkovic. He played for, I think, Detroit before, maybe Pittsburgh. I can't really remember. But I don't know if he's still currently with an NHL club right now, or if maybe he's in the minors. I'm not 100% sure on the details of him. But either way, there at least is a third string option for Team Alex right there. So there you have it, guys. We have Team Alex compared to Team John, compared to Team Matt, and compared to Team Connor. Who do you guys think would win if there was an actual team of all Alexes compared to all these other team names?